Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Welcome back to my channel. 9 weeks out, oh my god, we're in single digit weeks out, which, how did that happen? I feel like I'm going to say that at every intro as we're counting down the weeks. I'm going to say it in every intro. It is what it is. But yeah, 9 weeks out. So, little update then. So I'll take you through my day, but little update. Last time we spoke, I said that I was making my first proper change after only having changed, adding in carb cycling. And I said that I'd made a slight drop in calories and a slight bump up in cardio. Since then, scale weight has come down around about 0.8 total, about 1% of body weight on average, like I said before. So the average is down about 1%. Waist and glutes down a little bit more as well. So the change worked, we're on track, which is awesome. So yeah, we're happy with that. I had a new low weigh-in this morning, 59.4. Like I said, lucky day of recording, I always seem to have a low weigh-in when I record. But I'm feeling really good. I'll add in a physique update, because I did do a check-in today. So I'll add a little physique update, but I'm feeling really good. Waist is feeling really tight, which is great. Oh my god, you can see my lats coming through. I always find that part really freaky. Like, when you see those like fitness photo shoots, like front cover magazine photo shoots, and it's those like naked women like sat in the chair, and they're always I can't do it. They're always kind of like this, and they get all, I didn't even know I could do that. That's so weird. I'm not getting naked for a magazine cover anytime soon, but I always found that really strange. But it's like, we're never in that position ever. Like, when am I ever in that position? Because if I sit down normally, you can't see anything. So I find it the weirdest pose on a magazine cover, but cool, because it looks cool. But when do we ever sit like that? But anyway, yeah, so I'm feeling really good. Delt's really popping. I had a little sunbed the other day, and then a little bit, I'm out of breath, a little bit of tinted moisturiser, so I feel like everything's popping a little bit more. But yeah, new low weigh-in this morning of 59.4, really good. The other exciting thing is I've paid the deposit on my bikini. Oh my god, sent off my measurements, ordered my bikini. Now, for anyone who follows me on Instagram, you'll know that I said I wanted to wear my old bikini again. I really did. Do you know what I'm going to do in this video? I'm going to unbox my old bikini. What if I do an unboxing of all of my bikinis that I've ever worn? Should we do that? Oh my god, that'll be fun. I'll have to go and pick them up from my parents' house because I don't have them all here. So back to the point. I did want to wear an old bikini again. I've only ever really used Black Ice bikinis. She's amazing. Mandy, who owns it, shout out to her. I've only ever used them, but I don't think the last one's going to fit. As you all know, I haven't competed for a couple of years. It was a little bit tight when I wore it the first time. I could definitely get away with a bigger bra size. My hips and legs are bigger. I don't think the knickers are going to go on, so I've ordered a new one. It's going to look really similar. So if I show you that one, you're going to kind of get an idea of what this one's going to be. But it is ever so slightly different, so I will talk you through the differences. But let's do that. I'm going to pick up my old bikinis from my parents' house today. We're going to come back after my gym session and we're going to unbox all of my old bikinis, and I'm going to chat through the story behind them and the memories, because I find it so exciting. And that is 9 weeks out feels. So right now, I don't know why I'm so happy and excited today. I was fucking knackered yesterday. But in terms of strength and energy, I am actually feeling really good. The only thing, 9:30 p.m. I want to be in bed. I'm finding myself crawling into bed at 9:30, like, okay, whack the TV on, watch something for an hour, but I'm like trying to stay awake. But other than that, yes, full of beans by the sounds of it. So bring myself back to centre to concentrate so this isn't all over the place. I'm cooking my pre-workout meal. I'm going to eat that. I'm going to start watching the beginning part of the Off the Cuff podcast, TM Cycles or Thomas Moore, Joe Brightman and Josh Bridgman. I always get Josh and Joe confused. I was about to say Josh Brightman and Joe Bridgman, but there you go. So I'm going to start watching their first episode of their season 2. I'm going to watch that with my pre-workout meal. I'm going to go train upper, get in a bit of cardio, and then we'll unbox my old bikinis. Okay, so I didn't manage to record any of that session whatsoever. Okay, turn my car on. Didn't manage to record any of that session whatsoever because I'm annoying and I was just getting myself through it. But it was actually a really good session, got a really good pump on, got PBs and near enough everything. Again, same as I said last time, just because you're in a deficit does not mean you lose strength, especially when I still have 9 weeks to go. I should not be dropping the weight. I might insert a little clip here somewhere from the session that Nick got of my back. I was doing single arm lat pull downs and my back looked pretty cool. I love it when the back gets lean. I don't know why, that's just a little bit of a, don't know, guilty pleasure of mine. But anyway, I am off to my mum's to pick up my old bikinis and then we will go through them and chat.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Evolve with Emily show. I am your host, Emily Hayden, and you are joining me for another What's Up Doc episode. The What's Up Doc series has been very popular. It's actually one of my most popular series, so low-key kind of using my dad for content and views.
Okay, so I am back home. I have picked up my bikini. So I have all 3 bikinis that I've ever worn over the years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox them, we're going to go through them, and I'm also going to talk about the price point, how much I paid for them, and I might talk about kind of the bikini that I've ordered for this year. Actually no, let's do that in a different video. Let's talk about the bikini that I've got for this year in a different video. We'll unbox it when it arrives. But anyway, let's start with the first bikini. So first bikini is literally just in this plain box here. I cannot remember the brand that I bought it from. All I remember is that it was an Australian brand, and I bought a plain bikini because I was in my 3rd year of uni and I obviously didn't have the money, so I bought a plain bikini. But this is what it looks like. So hopefully it will focus quite nicely on the camera, potentially. If not, I will do a little span of what it looks like anyway. So red, obviously the first couple of years I did wear red pretty consistently until I went to my blue last year. So this bikini, I bought a plain suit, but as you'll be able to see, I bought a plain suit, but the suit itself has sequins on it. So although it's not completely covered in crystals, the sequins on it give it a bit more sparkle. So I bought a plain suit, I believe, oh my god, I've got my old number in here. I was number 64 at that show, that's so exciting. And also there's like extra padding that came with it as well. So the thing about these bikinis is they are quite padded. So I bought a plain suit and I put the crystals on it myself because I obviously had no money as a 3rd year uni student. And it's got one of those kind of, I don't even know what shape that is. I'm not good at this kind of stuff. Teardrop kind of shape crystals. And then I added the crystals myself. So if you look quite closely, there's some crystals on there that are red, that are white, that are clear. I don't even know. I literally went on Amazon and I just bought whatever kind of looked good in different red tones, some white tones, and it is not full coverage. The reason why it is not full coverage is because, well, I realised I have the utmost respect for bikini makers. It was no joke trying to put crystals on this. No joke. Like, I do not recommend doing it yourself unless you have experience in it or you have all the time in the world. It took me forever. And then the bottoms here, they are obviously scrunch bum at the back with the connectors. Oh, Glam Fit Bikinis, that's who it is. Glam Fit Bikinis based over in Australia. So yeah, plain suit from them and I added the crystals. So you can see that there. So price point then, I believe I paid, I want to say I paid about £120 for whatever that is in Australian dollars. £120 for the plain suit, and then I spent maybe 15 quid on fabric glue and crystals. So at most 135 quid on this bikini. So obviously if you want to cut your costs, that is the way in which you can do it, but that is the first bikini. So I wore that in 2018. At my first ever show, which is crazy to even look at that. I would try them on, but I really don't think it's going to fit me. 2018, 4 years ago now, that was my first bikini. I placed 2nd in that show. That will always have a place in my heart. Bikini then, from Black Ice Bikinis. So this is the box that it came in. This was that old style kind of box that they came in. It's a bit dusty because it's been up in my room. So the white with the black logo. This was my first PCA. Oh my god, I have not opened this in so long and I forgot how nice it is. So this one's so much heavier and a little bit more luxe because I actually got it made properly. So this is my PCA suit, my second ever bikini. There's some fluff stuck to it. I'll hold it up closer to the camera. As you can see, it's really heavy, this one actually. I actually completely forgot how heavy it was and how like padded it was. The padding is so thick, that's probably a good like 3 inches of padding in there. And it is completely covered in crystals, so this is what they would call a level 4, so full coverage crystals. And there's a mixture between reds, orangey reds, like a lighter and darker red, a really light purpley pinky colour, fully covered on the suit. And I also had a velvet material. You can kind of see the velvet. There was a time where velvet material was like really in for all of like, especially with PCA, like it was really in, the velvet. And I absolutely love this. I'll probably also insert a picture of what I look like wearing all of them. Let's do that. And then these were the bottoms. They're a little bit stuck together because of the crystals and the glue. And I haven't unboxed this in so long. But this is the bottoms. So scrunch bum at the back, obviously not a huge amount of coverage. Top tip, when you get your bikini, always loosen it a little bit. Sometimes it can get a little bit sticky with all the glue from the crystals. And you will always lose a couple of crystals. But as you can see, complete full coverage. And this was I loved this bikini. It fit so nice, it felt really nice. But yeah, so I cannot remember how much I paid for this one, so I'm going to log on to my account on Black Ice and have a look. This one was obviously more expensive than the first bikini because it was completely handmade and completely covered in crystals. I didn't do it myself. Okay, so I paid £436 for this bikini, including postage. And the good thing with Black Ice is that you can pay a deposit, so half the price of the bikini when you first order it, and then you only have to pay the rest before it's shipped out. So I usually order my bikinis when I'm around 8 to 10 weeks out, that kind of mark, and obviously I ordered it this week. So I paid half of the bikini this week, and then I won't pay the other half until it gets shipped, which is usually around 2 weeks out roughly. So you can split the cost. So this one is called a bombshell bikini, and it was also a Marni design, so that's the crystal coverage in the design. Velvet red, and this is check glass crystals. So there are different types of crystals that you can get. This was check glass. These are the cheaper type of crystals that you can use, and the full coverage of those come out as £436, including postage. But I wore this one for 2 shows. I don't have my number in this box, which is sad, but I wore that one for 2 shows. I think I placed second in one of them, and then I don't think I placed in the other one. But that is a beautiful bikini. So last but not least, the box is a little bit dusty. So still from Black Ice Bikinis, but they changed their boxing to a nice sleek black box with like a rose gold goldy logo. And this one you kind of open up like this, which I love. So they changed their box between those years of me competing. And this is my most recent bikini. This is the most recent one that I've worn on stage a couple of years ago. And this is when I switched from the red to the blue. So this is what this one looks like, and obviously I also switched from PCA to 2bros/NPC, which is why the cup shape is different and also the bottoms are different from the last one as well. This one is also a level 4, so full coverage on the crystals, so you can see that there. So full coverage with the crystals, mixture of light blue, dark blue. I think there's 3 different blues in here, and then one that's like a really light blue that gives that kind of whitish effect. And then these are the bottoms that come with. So these are also, so the difference between the bottoms is I think the last one was a kind of like a medium coverage. These ones are a pro coverage, so this is how small they are at the back. That is the only little bit of coverage that is up the booty, only that bit. So it's kind of like a thong. So it's called the American Pro cut. So that is kind of the cut all the IFBB pros wear, especially on like the Olympia stage and stuff like that. It makes your glutes look bigger, more rounded, and it's just a really nice cut. Doesn't look like a lot of material, but it is a very nice cut. This one also is a mixture between Czech glass crystals and Swarovski crystals. So this one you can probably tell, don't know if you can tell by the video, but this one sparkles a little bit brighter because of the Swarovski elements to it. So the Swarovski crystals have extra cuts in them, so they sparkle a little bit more against the light. Don't know if you can tell that. So this is half Czech glass, half Swarovski. So that means it's more expensive than the bikini that was just Czech glass crystals. Again, I will have a look at how much I paid for it. This one I paid £450 for, including shipping. So although I did say more expensive than the other one, the reason why it's slightly cheaper than it should have been, so it should have been around £525 versus £435 for the other one, is because Black Ice Bikinis do a winter sale, which is £75 off your future order. So obviously during the winter there aren't really any shows, that's the season done, and so obviously the bikini companies don't have any business. So you can put down a deposit on a bikini and get £75 off, and that is what I did the winter beforehand because I knew I was going to compete in March. So obviously I was kind of doing that as I went into prep. I didn't do that this last winter, so this year's bikini is going to be a little bit more expensive. The only difference, and the thing that I'll tell you about this year's bikini, is that it won't be half Czech glass and half Swarovski, because Swarovski have kind of banned the use of crystals from like wholesale or something like that, so you can't now buy Swarovski crystals to use them on bikinis from wholesale, that kind of thing. So they now have a different type of crystal that replaces the Swarovski, which I believe has a similar amount of cuts and is still roughly about the same price, if not ever so slightly cheaper. So this year's bikini has cost me about £520. So yeah, so to sum that all up then, so 3 different bikinis, 3 different federations that I wore them for, 3 different designs, 3 different colours and 3 different price points. Now obviously it's completely up to you how much you spend on your bikini. As you can see, I competed having bought one that was just plain and added the crystals myself. It cut a lot of the cost. A lot of bikini makers do also do the winter sale, so you can utilise that. I obviously didn't do that this year. Or you can obviously splash your cash, pay the full price if you want to. For some people, like myself, I don't really do much else with my life. I mean, I have a holiday once a year and I enjoy my life, but I'm not someone that spends a lot of money on other things. So I'm happy to spend the money on a bikini. Others of you that prioritise other things in life as well may want to have the cheaper option or make sure you get those deals during the winter. But yeah, those are all of my bikinis, and I feel like that was fun to open them all up. You would have also seen in a little clip beforehand all of the trophies and numbers that I've got up in my parents' house in my old bedroom, so that was quite fun to go back and look at today because I haven't looked at those for a while, so that was always fun. But that's got me excited now. I will do a video on when I open my bikini this year, so I'm very excited. It is blue, so it is going to be similar to the other one, and I'm not going to hide the colour. But yeah, that's exciting. So I think I'm going to leave this video here. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments whatsoever. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.